Welcome to my channel. I am Friday Trace. Today I'm going to be doing some analysis on what the global financial market is actually saying. You can actually see it from here. This is a Bitcoin USD. I'm going to analyze it and tell you the future of the cryptocurrency world. You know what actually happens in the market, in the financial market, is that once the whales they want to buy the market, they will push you and then you sell off your coin. And when you sell off your coin to them, they are the ones who eventually buy the coin from you. So in line with that, I'm actually going to be expressing myself, telling you what will happen in the market today. Everything that you need to know about the market, I'm going to be expressing it to you. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification button so that whenever I post a new video on my YouTube, you're going to be seeing it. My analysis do not fail. I'm an expert in the financial markets. So let's go there. You can also subscribe to my channel. If you want to be part of my mentorship, I'm going to be dropping my WhatsApp line below this video. Just click on the WhatsApp, you chat me up on WhatsApp, then I'll tell you what to do. Just $1,000 and you'll be in my mentorship. I'll teach you the secrets of the financial market, how the market is booked and all that. So guys, let's go to the chart. Today I'm going to be teaching you what we call daily range. Daily range. This is Bitcoin USD. Bitcoin will continue to fall. Bitcoin will continue to fall. For the meantime, we'll actually be having something like this. Can I clear off this chart so that you actually see what is happening, what is going to be happening on Bitcoin? Let's check the bigger time frame. Let's go to daily. Let's go to daily briefly. We'll go to daily so that you see what is happening. You hold on, I have a poor network. This is Africa. I have a poor network. Okay, we actually come from the third world. So this is the situation. You see, there are some words I will be using, and when I'm using those words, if you're not familiar with them, you can chat, you can send me a message in the comment section. You ask me what those words actually mean. This is I'm going to be using fair value gap. I'm going to be using a DRT, that is daily range. I'm going to be using a mitigation block. I'm going to be using other block. I'm going to be using breakaway gap. You can research on some of these things and then you'll be very conversant with them. Bitcoin is actually, why is Bitcoin falling? Let me explain it to you. You see, there is what we call dealing range. Dealing range. I'm going to be teaching you dealing range so that you understand what is a dealing range. A dealing range is simply a point where the market has actually mitigated, and when it mitigates, it will create a new low, either creates a new low or a new high. Briefly, let's go down. Let me take you down the line. I'm going to be clearing all these things on my chart. Let me clear them so that I'll have a naked chart and we'll express it from there. Guys, like I said earlier, hit the subscribe button. Like my video, share my video to help the algorithm spread the video. I'm actually one of the best financial market experts in Africa. If you doubt me, I'm going to be placing a 1,000. After this analysis, I'm going to be placing a $1,000 bet. If my analysis fails, then I'll give it to the person who won it. But then let's go into the chart and see what will actually happen on Bitcoin. You see that when I'm going to be teaching you trading range. For now, this is the range that you were having. I told you that a trading range is the recent high or the recent low that created a new high or a low, that created a new structure, that broke a structure. This is what I mean. This is liquidity, and this is liquidity. Are you seeing it? This is liquidity, this is liquidity, this is liquidity. Now, when this market came to this liquidity, it failed to break this low. It only offered liquidity here. Then you have a double bottom. Now, when the market went up, what happened? It failed to break this high. This was the previous high, and this was at this point. This was the previous low. Now, this market came down straight. When it came down to this place, it only offered liquidity. It didn't create this a new low. Then this range is still sacrosanct. It is still effective. Now, when this market went up, it offered internal liquidity. Where did it went to? If you measure from here to here, let's use Fibonacci. Let's use Fibonacci. Now, if you use Fibonacci on this, you have stuff like this. Remember range. I'm using this range. So I'm marking from here down to here. So if you measure from here to here, you see that your DRT, or it means DRT, that is your daily, that is your trading range. If you divide this particular thing into 50, 100 and 75%, this is what you have. This is 75%. This is 50% of the range. This is 50% of the range, right? This is 50%. This is 25%. So let's draw horizontal lines on this. Let's draw horizontal lines on this. This is your 50% of that daily range. Now, this is, if you take this 50% and share it into two, then that is where you have 75%. Let's do it briefly like this. Then you have 75%. The middle of this 50, this side is going to give you 75%. This is it. It will give you 75%. So let's still take and then divide again. By 50 you have this. By 50% you have this. By 50% you have this. Then this particular side will be 75% again. If you take this and divide it again, divide this one again, you have this. This is it. So let's take this side and still divide this side again. Let's divide this one. Sorry. Let's take this side and divide. Let's take this side and divide again. Let's have 50% on this side. Like this. Then we divide it again and get 50%. Just be patient with me. I just want to show you what I am always thinking in my mind whenever I am trading, so that you understand the internal dialogue that actually goes within me. Now, this is the range. This is the range that we're actually dealing with from here down to here. This is the new range that we're actually dealing with. Now, coming inside this particular place, you see that this was the range that created a new high. If you take this range and divide it into 50, you have this. Briefly, let me mark it so that you see it. So if you take this range, because this is the new dealing range, this is the new dealing range. If you take this dealing range, you see that the 50%, where is the 50%? This is the 50%, right? This is the 50%, and this will be the 75%. You take this 50 and divide it into 2, you have 75% dealing range. This is it. You can actually see how the market respected when it came down to this place. What's happened? It respected the 50% dealing range. That's to show you that if the market was going to actually make a double top at here, whenever the market comes on a dealing range, because this is the range that created a new high. from here to it came down. When it came down, when it went to it came down straight to this particular place to come and hit the 50% ratio. What it actually means is that whenever in the financial market, this the dealing range is the secret, is one of the secrets of the financial market. Whenever the market creates a retracement and actually hits the 50%, know it that it is going to make double top. You get me? So now that you have double top, what will happen again? What will happen again? There are some things that are beyond the scope of this training. There are some things that are beyond the scope of this class that I can't actually tell you here. If you actually want to know some things that some internal chemistry, some internal dialogue that actually runs in me when I'm doing some of these calculations, you can actually chat me up. I'm going to be dropping my WhatsApp number below this video so that you will be part of my mentorship. My mentorship is very, very cheap. Now, if you have this, let's go in and discuss. Let's go in so that I will show you some certain things. There are certain things that are fixed here that I can't explain to you, but I know those things within myself. You see, this particular place, look at how the market is going to be respecting this particular place. What is the secret? Now, the secret is that there are the secret, like this line that I just draw for you now. You'll be surprised to see that, you just mark my words, you'll be surprised to see that when Bitcoin comes to this particular place, it will push up. It must have to react in this place. It will push up. We are going to have something like this whenever Bitcoin comes to this place. This is what you will be having. This is what you'll be having. By Monday, we are expecting Bitcoin to come down to what? To 62. When it hits 62, what will happen? Bitcoin will have to move up. It will move up in this place to consolidate. You begin to have a consolidation in this place. You have a consolidation in this place. You have a pushback. When you have a pushback, then it will break. It will break. Bitcoin will be going down till Bitcoin will hit here. That is where we are telling, that is why we are telling you that 48 will be very, very nice for Bitcoin. That is the calculation. 48. It is when Bitcoin hits this particular level that you begin to see institutions coming into Bitcoin again to move Bitcoin up. They will have to move Bitcoin up. It is certain. When Bitcoin comes to 48, Bitcoin will have to move 50% because there are some signatories, there are some indicators, there are some footprints that you actually expect to see here. It is those footprints that will tell you what the market is doing. There are arrays that the market moves on. Those arrays is when the market is showing you those arrays, you begin to calculate, you begin to reason that this is what I'm going to say in this market. You begin to say certain things in the market. When it hits here, when Bitcoin hits here, there are some things that will happen. This is secondary. Now let's go into this place, back to what I told you of trading range. Whenever whenever you have whenever the market hits, whenever the market gives you internal range, what happens? Look at what happens in the market. Look at what happens in the market. Just mark this thing that I'm going to show you now. This is what you normally have in the market. When the market is moving, it will be showing you certain indicators. It will be showing you things like this. It will move. Whenever it moves, it will return to this particular place. It will return to this particular place and create almost a double top and then move back. When it moves back, it moves to 75% ratio. It moves to 55, then it comes down to 50, it comes down again and moves to 75. It is whenever the market moves to 75 that it will create a new low. Just be watching this thing. Anytime the market touches the Fibonacci at, this is the range from here to here, it comes to here. Here was just close to 75. It will manipulate it. Whenever it manipulates it, look at it, it will break this low to create a new low. Now you have internal liquidity here. It is coming down. When look at this, you have this should be another low, another high. It will break and create a new low. Then you have this, then you have this. Now that you have this external liquidity, now that you have this and it failed to break it again, it is going to create a new low, because that is why we are telling you that Bitcoin will hit there. How do you know the target? How do you know where Bitcoin is going? This, you can use a standard deviation of 1 on it. You can use a standard deviation of 1 on your Fibonacci. Just take from here up, measure it from here up to here. Then take this same rectangle, measure the same rectangle, bring it down. Just measure the same range, you bring it down. When you bring it down, it will show you where Bitcoin is going exactly. If you measure the same range, this particular range now, if you measure it, this pullback, if you measure it and bring it down, it will tell you the place that Bitcoin is going. Wherever it stops, wherever from here to here, you bring this rectangle down from here down to here. Wherever it stops is the place that Bitcoin is going to be reversing. I hope I'm making sense to you now. Now let's go back to our main topic of dealing range. Now the dealing range, whenever you have like I was explaining before, whenever you have liquidity, you have one, you have two. Whenever you have one and you have liquidity one, two, this is a low. This one is making it double low. Now that you have double low, double bottom here, what will happen? The market will have to pull back. Whenever it pulls back and it is coming back again to come and liquidate this thing has become the liquidity. People's stop loss are here. It will come and smash it. Look at it where it smashed the whole of that stop loss and then offer this one double smash this one, then offer this one, came here and offer this one double top. It went again and smashed it. Look at it, whenever it smashes it, it will go up. It's supposed to create a new low, a new high here. If Bitcoin had wanted to go up, it is supposed to create a new high, but it didn't create a new high, it failed. That is why you have double top on Bitcoin. Now, replicating this particular thing that happened here, if you are to replicate it here, what will happen? It has actually come, created a new low, retraced. This is just a retracement. It has retraced and failed to create a new high. What will happen? This one becomes internal liquidity on its own. Now this is the new range from here to here, because this is the place that broke. This was the high that created a new low, so it becomes the new range. You have finished with this particular side. Now this is the place you are dealing with. Now this becomes the new range. This becomes the new trading range that you have. Now that you have this trading range, you begin to calculate it. You calculate it, you divide it into 50 again. Divide it into 50, 100, and 25 and 75. Let's go in now and divide it. Let me delete this rectangle. If you divide it again, what will you have? This is the range that you have. Let me clear some of these things. If you come to the high, come to the high again, come to the high, this was the high that created this low, this is high low. You come here and block it here, you take 50%. If you take 50%, stay the range, the middle of this is the 50%. Are you with me? Now that you have this as 50%, okay, let's do it this way. Let's take this one down here. Now that you have this as the new trading range, where do I get it? Let me make it yellow. Now you have this as your new dealing range. This is the 50% of the dealing range. If you divide this and divide this, it will give you this same thing. You see that it is still effective. If you divide this into 2, it will give you this. Let's just use it to give you this, to give you this. I can actually from the other end be able to, even from this side, I can divide this in from this side. Very, very easy. Like this is it. If you ask me, I'll take this as 50%. If you ask me, I'll take this as 50% again. You see that I'm almost close to it. If you ask me from here, I'll take this as 50% again. You see that I'm almost close to it. Now, what's happened? To show you that this same thing that happened, you see that it is the same thing that happens on a bigger time frame that happens on a higher time frame. To show you that this thing is going to play this thing and come to this down. That Bitcoin is coming down here. Bitcoin will come down here. This is where Bitcoin is coming. It shows you the same thing. It does the same thing just to show you from here. It's inside this range. If you are going to buy Bitcoin, this is the range that you are going to buy Bitcoin at and be able to make some profit. Inside this particular rectangle, this is where you are supposed to buy Bitcoin. Between 47 and 44. When Bitcoin hits 44, that is where you are supposed to buy Bitcoin. You get me? It will, if you even measure from here to here, it will come into this rectangle exactly. That is precision. These are the some of the things that actually makes you a professional. These are the things that make you to be able to succeed in the financial market. It is not done by magic. These are simple calculation. The only thing is that you need to know what it takes to succeed in the financial market, and that's the secret of how the market is good. And the secret is what I'm willing to showcase to you, show you the secret, tell you what you're supposed to do at a particular time, tell you what you should be looking at and all that. There are some things that I'm actually seeing in this chart here that are beyond the scope of this particular class, this particular lesson, that I can actually, if you are interested in learning it, I can show you those things. Just chat me up. I'm going to be dropping my WhatsApp number below this video in the comment section. I'm going to be dropping my WhatsApp number. They just chat me on WhatsApp. I will actually take you on a mentorship program where I'll teach you everything that happens in the financial market. Now let's go. Now that you have this, you are looking at this particular place as our entry point. What will happen if you take this particular point and divide this into two? This is an encroachment. This is a center encroachment range. We call it an encroachment range because if you take the Fibonacci and divide from here down to here, you have this. This is what you are going to have. This is what you are going to have, right? As the center. This will be the center. It is at this point that you can actually decide to buy Bitcoin anywhere between. If you buy it at this point from here to here, it's at premium. If you buy it from here to here, it's at discount. So anything from here down, anywhere you buy Bitcoin will be okay. Anything from 45 120 157 is okay. Anywhere within this box that you buy Bitcoin is still okay. But that's just the situation of Bitcoin. So you see that this same thing, if you look at this particular, if you take this particular place, for instance, let me show you. If you take this particular rectangle now on a bigger scale, if you take this particular rectangle now on a bigger scale, you see that it is the same thing that happened here, from here down to here. See that the market returned to 50% of this whole rectangle. That is from here, it retraced to 50%, right? The retracement is at 50%. Now, when it retraces at 50%, where did it went to? It went direct to this fair value gap that is inside here. That is where it's falling down to. Now, looking at the situation now, taking it from that perspective, if you take it from here up to here, you see that the market returned to 50% and went up and failed. Then where is it going to? It is coming down to this particular place, which is here. If it is going to respect this arrangement, what happened inside here? That is why I told you that Bitcoin will be coming into this range, and there is nothing that will stop Bitcoin from going into this range. So guys, this is what I can actually teach you for now. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me up, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos. I'm going to be dropping my contact, my WhatsApp number below this video. Just chat me on WhatsApp. I will actually be able to, so that you'll be part of my mentorship program where I hold your hand on one-on-one basis and mentor you, teach you what happens in the financial market, teach you the secret of the financial market. I remain your anchor. I am I'm the analyzer of Friday's trades, one of the best financial one of the best places where you get financial wisdom, where you get financial knowledge, where you get updates on what is happening in the financial world. Guys, thank you, I remain blessed. Thanks.